Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your mid-August until September. I might as well just say September. Soulmate session. I am Marlo. If you're new, okay, that's too many cards. Oh God, what is happening in America? And if your family, welcome back, my friend. I don't know what just happened there. We're just going to pretend like that didn't happen. But of course, if you resonate with this message, be sure to tickle my like button because, you know, she's kinky and she's into that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot or whatever. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We're looking at you, your person, the energy between the two of you, an outcome as well as advice. Let me push these up a little bit. I just felt like switching it up. Y'all know I use the same deck all the time, but we'll see how this works. So, card representing God, and I can't pick them up with my claws. Representing my Pisces, we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So, you guys are kind of having new hope in your situation. It could, I mean, I'm looking at just you. So, it could just be you guys having new hope in yourself. I need to adjust my microphone because what is happening in America. But it could be you guys having new hope in yourself or just, you know, your personal life in general. But in reference to your person, it's more or less coming out of a time where you felt kind of trapped and didn't know where this was going to go. It very well could be, even though this is a swords card, it very well could be, and I don't know why, I'm just getting this whole vibe of like a breakup kind of vibe, which is interesting. Okay, we're going to see where this goes. But it feels almost to me like Pisces are getting over like a breakup, which is weird. So I don't know your life, Pisces. So I don't know if the energy we're going to pick up on is going to be your past person or maybe like another person that's coming in, but it's just like this whole wave of information I'm getting right now. It's more or less feeling to me that the last situation that you guys were in, you felt very trapped in it in a sense, and or like you leaving it or you guys breaking up or whatever. It's like kind of being in a place where you didn't really know how you could move on from it, if that's making sense, you know, and kind of like being to yourself and not really talking to people and, you know, just trying to kind of heal and get your mind right type of deal. But more or less, you guys are coming out of that. And I don't know why a breakup energy is pronouncing itself more to me. You know what I'm saying? That's fascinating. But whatever the case, I feel you guys have a sense of clarity now on how to move forward. Now, looking at your person, let's see. Jesus Christ. We didn't see that coming. We have the death card. That's Scorpio energy. So they're going through a epic major transition in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something really epic for them that's ending, and it's more or less like an energy of moving on. It's a rebirth, and kind of the way that they were prior to this particular time frame, it's like who they're going in to be is a totally different person. So it's a full transformation, but I still feel hints of sadness with them as well, which is fascinating. So legit, I have to say, Pisces, this really feels to me like we're picking up on this past person. Now, the energy between you guys is the Two of Swords and the reverse, and that's just straight confusion and indecision between the two of you. So here's what I'm gonna say. What this is legit looking like to me, Pisces, is this is someone where you two aren't together anymore, right? And I don't really feel this as like somebody that's buku long ago. It's like this would probably be in the last couple of months that you and this person like, you know, kind of went your separate ways. But even though Pisces is in more of like a liberated kind of state to where and I mean, to be honest, dude, it really feels to me like y'all have been like in a depression. That's like what it feels like. Like y'all have been in a very dark place for some time since this breakup thing occurred. But it's like in the month of September, like midpoint of August going into September, it's like you guys are kind of getting a restored hope to where instead of kind of being in that sleeping, you know, in the dark, listening to sad songs type of vibe, it's like I feel like you guys are kind of starting to get your bearings back, you know? So sorry to interrupt you guys while you're listening to the show, but I wanted to tell you guys about our new partnership with BetterHelp. If you haven't heard of them, it's an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat. You can also text them between sessions. If you or someone you know has been considering therapy, get started today with BetterHelp. Now let's get back to the show. But it's like with your person, and I don't know what the hell happened, child, but it really feels like, to me, this breakup type of thing happening. It's like, or whatever it is that transpired, your person is aware that there's no goesies backsies. So the way that stuff was prior to this, whether that's like, so let's use two different scenarios. If your person like cheated, right? Then your person knows that you're probably not ever going to want to deal with them again. So it's more or less, when you were going through this dark place, they were going through this dark place. And now they've come to almost a similar realization as you, where it's like, I have to do something different and move forward and like accept that Pisces is not going to want me anymore. Right. Now, on the other side of that, it's more or less with you guys going your separate ways. It's like your person more or less kind of going through a transformation because of this. So it's almost like, the one that got away syndrome. It's like, that's not a real syndrome. I just made it up. But it's like them kind of realizing how they hurt you or what their life was without you being in it type of deal. It kind of thrust them into a transformation, if that's making sense. But the energy between the two of you, it's still like I want to say, but I feel like I would be lying. I want to say, Pisces, that you would not want to deal with this person anymore. But I feel like I would be lying if I said that, because I feel like you still care about them. I mean, we all have like, our line in the sand where, like our deal breakers, where if a person in a, partnership, there's certain things that people do where there are no goesies backsies, right? So I understand that, but that doesn't change the fact, like, even though it's like, okay, you've crossed this line and I can't be with you anymore, it doesn't really stop you from loving the person, if that's making sense. So as far as how it is that you guys are like seeing each other, or the energy that's between the two of you, it's like a confusion. It's like a confusion on Pisces end of, this person did this to me and hurt me, but I still love them and I don't like that. I hate that, whatever. With your person, for them, it's more or less like, why did I do that? How did we get here? Would they still want to be with me? You know what I'm saying? But I do see it's like a separation from like head and heart. And I feel that's like a survival type of thing, because I feel for both of you to be able to move forward from the energy that y'all were in, it kind of required you to kind of detach from your heart to function. And it's kind of like very much living in a headspace. So it's kind of shutting down your emotions, if that's making sense. I hope and pray that's making sense. So the outcome that we have here, oh goodness, is the Hermit in the reverse. And I always see the Hermit in the reverse as repeating past mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So if we were to talk about like what I was just saying of like shutting down the heart space, that's kind of not necessarily what I feel that the lesson is in all of this. It's like, granted, I know sometimes we have to do that to function, but I feel, as opposed to forcing yourself to feel better, or like, just kind of writing it off and just kind of slapping a label on it and just calling it something, you know what I'm saying? To move forward, I really feel it would behoove, and I can't say both of you because your person ain't listening to me. You are, right? I feel like it would behoove you to really kind of go through the grieving process. You know what I'm saying? And to really get clear on what it is that really happened here. Like, how did we get to this point? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you guys break up? Or why did you stop speaking to each other? Like, when you were sad, like, why were you sad? Like, what made you get up and switch everything around? Like, why do you feel like you have to shut down your heart space? There's an easy answer to that, because it hurts too bad. You feel what I'm saying? But I do feel with this also that with the Hermit in the reverse, it is kind of like a loneliness kind of vibe, but not loneliness in the sense of you feeling lonely. It's just, I feel like both you and this person, I really don't think that you guys are going to go date other people, to be quite honest, because child, look, y'all got to tell me in the comments, because everything that I'm feeling in these cards, like it feels like it's dark, like it's dark and it's very, very sad. And I'm feeling that for legit both of you. So I mean, Pisces, if you were wondering if, you and your person, if like y'all went your separate ways and you were wondering like, did they ever love me? Did they ever care about me type of deal? It's like, yeah, they did. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like it gives me like karmic lesson kind of vibes though, because like it's like this person had to learn, and depending on how it is they showed up in your life, it's like two very important lessons that they had to learn. It's like one, they had to learn to value what it is that they have, and that when you have a good person, that you don't mistreat them, right? But then on the other side of that, it's like, and that's more like the people where there's no gozies backsies on this, and like the other group of people, they had to learn, well, not even just learn, it's like they had to literally level up, because I just feel where they were at, like spiritually, like the level they were on, they needed to level up past that. But where I feel like this mistake that's being repeated is not going through it. Like the best way out of something is through it. So it's like sitting with those yucky emotions and, really kind of processing things. And that's hella uncomfortable. I get it. But I feel it feels to me almost like a black and white thinking type of thing of how it is that both you and your person cope with stuff when it doesn't go right. It's like, yeah, you're sad and depressed for a little while, but then it's like you're putting a band-aid on a gash, because you're like, oh my gosh, this is so stupid. Like, why am I sitting here crying? Like, blah, 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 right? But it's like that pain is still there because it's not processed. And I feel like that's what the past mistake that could be repeated is, if the only reason why you feel a sense of like, liberation and things. Because I mean, if we had the judgment card here, I could say, yes, Pisces has gotten a lesson. Y'all are, ascended to a higher state of being. You overstand everything that you've been through. But with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, nah. It's like there's a sense of clarity that you have, but it lacks like a strong foundation of clarity. So it's just like a functioning. So I even feel for Pisces, this is bigger than just the person. You feel what I'm saying? It's really highlighting how it is that you have a tendency to cope with like disappointment. You feel what I'm saying? So it's really highlighting the fact that you let yourself be sad for a little while, but it's like you kind of cut your grieving process short. And then the next step would end up being like not dating anymore. It's like I dated, loved someone, they broke my heart, it didn't work out. I'm good, I'm Gucci, I'm fine. We just wasn't meant to be together. Moving right along, right? And then you don't want to date anyone else. And the reason for that is because it's still having that unprocessed hurt. And just for yourself, I mean, whether you're with this person or you're with someone else, you don't want to not process this, because it's going to become emotional baggage. And now in the next situation that you're in, you're going to be carrying this situation into the next one. Or if you and this person got back together, you would be carrying this emotional baggage into the relationship with them. I hope that's making sense. Now, the advice that we have, it's the Ace of the Cuppies. So it's more or less like self-nurturing, dude. Like I feel with Pisces, exactly what it is that I was just saying. It's like you have to pour into yourself. It's like everything it is that you feel like you didn't get from this person, that you didn't get from this relationship, this is what it is that you need to give yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's the whole like, and I'm sticking with that. That's the whole past mistake that's being repeated. Is not to say that it's irrelevant whether the person was like a shit human or whatever. That's completely irrelevant. The whole thing is how are you reacting and responding to when you're dealing with a shit person? You feel what I'm saying? So whatever it is that you feel like you weren't getting out of this connection, it would behoove you to give it to yourself. So if we were to switch this hermit, like if it were to be upright, right? Then we're not talking about loneliness, we're talking about aloneness. And aloneness is when a person chooses to be alone, right? Because hermit in the reverse, in the bigger scheme of things, it's when we isolate ourselves, and we could call it going on an inner journey or realigning or whatever it is you want to call it. But it's like it's you isolating yourself, right? And notice that I said isolation and not solitude, but it's going into isolation, and it's a misdirected isolation. So it's not a poignant reason or goal as to why. It's like I'm going within, I'm going into solitude because I'm seeking guidance and answers in reference to this one particular thing in my life or this particular wound, right? It's like with the hermit in the reverse, the energy is like scattered. So it's literally versus solitude, it's literally isolating yourself. You know what I'm saying? And how I'm feeling it is more or less in a sense of like dating. It's like you would close yourself off, close your heart off, and not open up to people. And that puts us into the category of emotional unavailability, both with ourselves and with other people. And I don't think anybody wants that. So the whole key here of what would behoove you, my friend, is using this Ace of Cups to nurture yourself. It's almost like nursing yourself back to health, but not letting this energy, because I mean, it's like, oh, my guides are telling me now, dude, it's like the energy I'm picking up on, it could easily turn into like bitterness or resentment. You know what I'm saying? Because of that unprocessed hurt. And then it's like literally, putting yourself in a position to where you're unnecessarily alone. You know what I mean? I hope that that's making sense, Pisces. But anywho, we're going to do our pick a card. So you guys go ahead and pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. I use these as like clarification of where it is that you fit in with this whole thing. So if you pick number 1, Jesus, we have stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. I feel that goes with my people where I was saying that there's some of you guys who were like cheated on by this person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an ultimate like type of betrayal. So I still stick with my advice here of the whole key is don't force yourself through your healing path. You know what I'm saying? Like don't force that. Don't feel like you have to bounce back and be Gucci and like put on a brave face or whatever. It's like however long it takes you, allow yourself to freaking grieve. You feel me? If you pick group 2, Jesus Christ, we have twin flames, yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. Of course, there's a twin flame. This is a Pisces reading. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's a twin flame union here. But yeah, I feel the same way. Everything I said before still stands. You guys would fall more into the camp of you guys like breaking up and not necessarily saying that there was a sense of betrayal, because I don't support them types of twin flames with all that, all that drama going on and things. But it's like I see this more or less as just like a breakup, and both of you, like I was saying with your person, both of you being in this space to where you both still love each other, you know what I'm saying? But you were just as sad as they were, you know? But it's like with your person, this death card is about them needing to level up spiritually. So it's many lessons that they learned with how it is that this turned out, that they're incorporating into their lives and they're leveling up, because it's like, you never know what you have until it's gone. So it's like, that's what's kind of causing things to kind of click with them. You know what I'm saying? And this is just a part of, the good old cycle that y'all know of, the beauty of twin flame unions and things of the sort. Moving right along. If you pick number 3, we have healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, and being happier. Of course, that's what this great old Ace of Cups is about here. So I feel this can kind of go 2 different ways. I mean, group 3 people would be people where whether you wanted to be back with this person or not, it's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? That's only a question you can answer. Like if you want to, you love the person and you want to be with them and, you know, they didn't ultimately cross a boundary. Y'all just broke up over some petty stuff, whatever the case. I feel specifically for group three people, while you and this person were dating, I feel like you got kind of off track with yourself. So it may have been like a workout regimen or a certain diet. And I'm not saying diet in the sense of dieting to lose weight, but meaning like eating habits, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe not eating processed food or whatever. But while it is that you were dating this person, or, you know, when y'all broke up or when the relationship started getting kind of chaotic, you kind of fell off from that. You know what I'm saying? So it would be kind of feeling disillusioned. Like once you guys separate, you're feeling kind of disillusioned with yourself because you're looking at how you were when you guys first got together, right? Or in the beginning of the relationship. And now you're kind of looking at yourself and you're seeing all the things that you used to do and things that you used to be a part of. You're not doing those things anymore, right? So this is more or less a testament for regardless of how it is that this, you know, romantical thing would pan out or not pan out, is you making yourself a priority again, because I feel you guys kind of let the relationship take precedence over your own self, if that's making sense. And child, that goes into a whole deeper, you know, therapeutic lecture that I could give you guys that I'm not going to do right now. But the whole key with this is now it's like you vindicating yourself. Like when you got into this relationship, it's more or less you were looking for something from this person that you should have been giving yourself. And now this is an opportunity for you to give it to yourself, if that's making sense. And if you pick group 4, we have the Phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, and changed mind. I feel for my group 4 people, this feels more or less to me very similar to, and I mean, okay, my guys just, oh my guys just said it. Some of y'all cross watching. And you pick group 4. Hi, nice to meet you, cross watcher. Go ahead, comment your sign below. Make sure you not on your account if you don't want your person to see. But anyway, but that's why this energy would kind of fall into that. And not saying that you guys are, you know, being blamed or anything like that. But I feel this heavy transformation energy really goes into this Phoenix here. And I still feel it's still kind of middle of the road for me because my guides aren't really pointing out, and this happened with a couple of other signs, where it's not my place to say like, yeah, like bump them, they ain't shit. Like it's not my place to say that because you were in the relationship, so you know. But it's more or less, this was kind of like a catalyst for your own transformation. And it says rekindle, but I don't necessarily feel it in the context of you guys rekindling anything with the person. Not saying that you shouldn't if you wanted to, but I feel this rekindling is like a rekindling of your own fire, because I feel like, and this is just stuff I'm channeling, child. With group 4 people, I feel when you got into this connection with this person, you were in a low place already. You know what I'm saying? Like you already weren't like your best self per se at that time. You know what I'm saying? And you coming into this connection, it just kind of kept you in duress. So if I were to even use this 8 of Swords as an example, if you came into this connection with this person, 8 of Swords upright, like you just felt oppressed and in mental bondage and like confused about life and, you know, not really knowing what to do with yourself. You was lonely, things of the sort. And you met this person, it's like, it's almost like you stayed at like a constant state of that. Like that was like your baseline. And that's not how you were designed to exist, right? But with this connection, like falling apart or breaking up or whatever the case, it's more or less acting as a transformation agent for you. So even though you may be feeling group 4 people that you're at your absolute lowest, right? Or you've never been this sad before, you never knew you could be this sad. It's like that's the Phoenix rising, you know, from the ashes. It's like you've just been on fire this whole time and the fire's burning out. And then there's a rebirth that happens for you. And I really do feel, and I'm just going to be honest, I feel some people in group 4, once you go through this full-on transformation, right? And you overstand, like how I said, like if this was the judgment card, when you get to like judgment card level and you overstand this whole situation and how all of this stuff like work together and the lesson that you got from it, you may very well look back at this person and look back at this relationship and be like, ew, what kind of stuff was I on, y'all? No, ma'am. No, sir. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I get with that. So Pisces, that has been your soulmate session. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, I love your freaking face. And I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends. Kiss, kiss. I know that's lame, but so am I. So kiss, kiss, bitch.